Hamba hamba kahle mkhonto wemkhonto mkhonto wesizwe hamba hamba kahle mkhonto mkhonto wemkhonto mkhonto wesizwe hamba Mkhonto sizimisele ukuwabulala onke lamabhulu thina bantu bomkhonto sizimisele ukuwabulala onke lamabhulu hamba hamba kahle mkhonto wemkhonto.
This is a grave of Papis Pochter and Z. Magas.
We have heard many stories about our heroes, and we have made this film to make up our own minds.
In 1985 saw the liberation struggle in the Eastern Cape grow in focus and intensity. The Eastern Cape was always the heartland of the African National Congress. On March the 21st, 1985, 19 people on their way to a funeral in Uitenhage were mown down and killed. This was followed in the months ahead by the assassination of the Pepco 3 and the Credora 4, amongst whom was that wonderful teacher and leader, Matthew Goniwer. Every single weekend brought new funerals. Each funeral meant more deaths, and so it went on. Stateleville, a small Karoo town, not far from Uitenhage and Port Elizabeth and Cradock, found itself in the heart of the turmoil.
This is a police station of Stateleville. In 1985, 3rd of July, Papis Pochter was brought in this police station by the police. He died here in these cells, and the death certificate says, under investigation. We don't know now, but we'll find out what happened that day in 1985.
Zwanele Michels brought the struggle in Stateleville. We knew he was shot, and we knew Papis Pochter died here in Stateleville, but we don't know exactly why did Papi die, because he was very young.
With these thoughts in their minds, Zintle, Sino Tando, Voyuwetu, Sipanati and Lungelo, the production team, set about asking their parents, neighbours and friends for information about the events of early July 1985. They filmed interviews of 15 people, including local police. All of the interviews are now archived and are available online. The following extracts reflect the things they heard which influenced their thinking.
Somebody has said to me that until Svandile and Johannes were killed, people, the older people here in Stateleville, didn't believe that the police would kill them.
Exactly.
They were shocked.
Yeah, we were very much shocked. You know, The reason is one. They couldn't understand why it was shot dead.
They couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't take it.
Yes.
Yeah, such young people were shot. And for no reason in their thinking. Because we, as youngsters, we knew for a fact why was they killed, because the whole issue started early July.
Yes.
Yeah, when in Zambia there was a call that makes out, in Zambia, in Lusaka.
In Lusaka.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a call from ANC headquarters that
Yes.
made South Africa ungovernable.
Yes.
So the whole country, even small towns, we made it a point that we are going to liberate this country
Yes.
and to make this country ungovernable until apartheid is doomed.
Yes.
That was said in Lusaka. Now our elders didn't know that, but we, as elders, we know exactly. As a result, some of our elders didn't want us to mobilize because we started mobilizing ourselves. As a result, here at home, the headquarters of STACO was there. Each and every time we made it a point that no information is going out. Because we knew how dangerous it was
Yes.
during that time. We knew exactly what was going to happen because we were vigilant.
Because you were
Vigilant.
vigilant.
Yes, yeah, because we were vigilant.
Yes.
Because we wanted to know each and everything what is happening.
Yes.
Especially to those who don't want this country must be liberated, who are against us. That's right. That afternoon, the special branches were here, and we said we must be on the lookout.
Yes.
Yes, we tried to mobilize ourselves secretly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then to advise us ourselves. That's what are we going to do tonight? Because there is a raid coming tonight. We have already seen
This is
them.
new
Yeah.
information. I didn't know that.
Yes.
They were going to come and pick people up.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
There was a raid coming.
Thank you.
That's
Really helped.
yeah. That's.
Hamba hamba kahle mkhonto mkhonto wesizwe.
At the protest in the evening, the STACO members gathered in here to make a plan what they're gonna do at the night. They were burning tires here in this place.
This interview with Mama Petros shocked the production team. Whilst the older men who were interviewed, save for the police who were not involved, were all proud of having taken part in the protest, Mama Petros has a different perspective, emphasising the innocence of Papi Spuchter.
Ngokuhlwa ke besake abantwana ngokuhlwa bahlala kukho indawo bebisithi kuse-Angola phaa angqongwa ngamabhulu manyanyuka ngapha manyanyuka ngapha hamba ngeenyawo iiveni zizakancinci ngasemva bathe bokuthi baqonda sekukubi semelapha babaleke kupapha umncinci ke na-13 years 12 to 13 years abone uze bakabaleke nopapi abaleke nopapi ayomlohla ke ngokwabo ombeka phaa kokwabo angena amapolisa waphuma uZBek bengamqondanga bafika amapolisa amthatha upapi bambetha bamthatha emva komama ke lele emva komqolo kamama bamthatha bemka naye bamphosa eveni bamleqa uZet bamfumana apha kamvundle bamkhupha phaa bambetha bomonzakalisa besithini ke bemdubula bemthini bamlahla.
Later that evening, the kids had gathered at the spot they called Angola. The police then arrived on foot and surrounded them. Police vans and Caspers were following. When the kids noticed the police, they realised that this was now a bad situation, so they ran. Pappy was very small then, 12, 13 years old. Zed then ran with Pappy. Zed dropped him off at his home and ran out the back way. The police entered the front entrance and found Pappy lying in bed, hiding behind his mother. They took him from there, beat him, and then put him in a police van. They then chased after Zed and found him at Mvundal's house. They beat him, kicked him, and eventually shot him.
Izithonga mna ndaba abanye babebaleka nje ndabatsixela apha kum endlini.
Okay.
Ndaphuma mna ndabatsixela apha kum endlini ndaphuma ndihamba net night ndanyuka lanxa ndinyuka so ndiba notawe ke ngoku tawe athi emtshana bamfumene uZed ndibuze lo mntana ukhala evenini umntana otheni athi ngupapi amthathile upapi umntana omncinci kangaka lume hayi bamthathile.
Gunshots could be heard from all directions, and some of the comrades had run into my house to shelter. I locked them in the house and left to go and talk to the police. I walked out in just my nightie and went up the road where I bumped into Tawe, who said to me, "My friend, they've killed Zed." I asked after the child that was crying in the police van, and Tawe said it was Pappy and that the police were taking him into custody. "But he is such a small child," I shouted.
Papi bemkake nopapi noZed. The next morning sahamba notawe saye police station safuna ubona upapi abafuna umveza upapi athi akanani it's all right yabela amabhantshi lapha phandle esithi la mntana wonzakalisiwe la mntana urongo ubethwe iphuma iwonansi imihlathi urongo saya safonela upili sekugqwethe kuthiwa le state lupili yena msabalazi wathi makakhutshwe upapi aqala umbalekisele esibhedlele yabe sekulate.
The police then drove off with the boys. The next morning, Tawe and I went to the police station to see Pappy, but they refused us to see him, saying he was fine. It was prisoners who were working in the station's yard that told us of Pappy's severe injuries, broken jaw and an injured face, so we called Pile, who was the local lawyer. He instructed the police to release Pappy. That's when the police then decided to take Pappy to hospital. But by that point, it was too late. Pappy died. That's how he died. That's how he died.
Mama tokena ebe kilenzani elaqasha kuzokusenzela
no chokubungazi kuze ndive sasikhalo salamntana apha eveni yo nangoku bemthola uZed phaa phantsi kalaa tep kwagosustisha bemlahle evenini singathi balahle ingxowe enkulu ndandirongo gqithi kwangekho mandi ungekho mandi isikhalo okanye sikapapi nje sola so.
Ke ngoku uzifila njani ngoku seumdala ngoku?
Isahlala ifuke ivuke la uyabona xa ubone into ihlala masiphinde idlale kuwe nxasi ngakumbi ubuhleli wethu uyacinga ekaneni more special kule meko sisekuya sikabikho emekweni right kusekho into ezingathi ziyaphazamisa ndiklike ke same time nandicinge same time ba hey kanene amabhulana enyala asikhaba senzela amanyala ngenye imini kungekho nix so bafe engenatyala more special umntana omncinci eyona into nzakalisayo ekapapi umntana omncinci uthathwe emva komamakhe
Mother, then how did you feel when all of this was happening? You ask because you really don't know what cries I heard from that child coming out of that police van. Seeing them picking up Zed's body from the ground and just throwing it into that same van as if they were loading a sack of firewood. I was in such a bad state of emotional shock. It really wasn't a pleasant time. It definitely was not a pleasant time. To hear Pappy's cries in the background of all of that, his cries alone were too much to bear. So now, how do you feel in your older years? It comes up. When you've witnessed something, It plays over and over again in your mind, those quiet times when you're alone and minding your own business. Then you acknowledge the hardships you're facing today. Things are not yet sorted out. Some current situations click on a switch in your mind and alarm bells go off at the same time, and you think, these white people can be disgusting. They were so cruel to us. They once did bizarre things to us when we were just minding our own business. There were so many innocent deaths, especially young people. What hurts me most is remembering what happened to Papi. He was such a small child, taken from his mother's back, literally taken from her back when he was hiding.
Hamba ngolusu. Kodwa ke kusenje. Loo nto mna ndithi xa ndithethayo andikaboni ifreedom. Andikayiboni. Andikayiboni tu. Kuba noko kubulawa kwabantwana apha engenatyala ayi. I-Stateville umzabalazo ayibukclean. Zange kutshiswe abantu, zange kugqogqwe izindlu. Okanye mhlawumbi kutshiswe izikolo kuthiwa bukclean. Bekufayitelwa just into yokuba nathi sifumane noko into esinokuthi siyizuze. Sizive ba noko ikhona into eyenzekayo. But ke kusenzima nangoku. Senzima nangoku.
Umama ukuba aba bantu bababulalayo usethi banofika kumama ngoku i-reaction kamama towards aba bantu ingabanjani?
Andisoze ndibamkele.
Cinga ubamkele.
Saze ndibamkele.
Umama nangakaxoli.
Andikaxoli.
That's how that story goes, and yet we're still in a mess. That's why I say I am yet to see freedom. I am yet to see it. You have yet to see freedom? No, not yet. I haven't seen it at all. Not even the killing of innocent children has been addressed. Statelerville's struggle was clean. We never burnt things down. We didn't commit murder. We didn't raid each other's homes. We didn't even burn down the schools or anything of the sort. We were clean. We were just fighting for fair and equal rights, just to feel comfortable and appreciated. Yet we struggle. We struggle still. We struggle still. Yo, Mother, if the people who killed Zed were to come here now and visit you, what would be your reaction towards them? Oh no, 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 I would never welcome them. You wouldn't welcome them. No, I would never welcome them. Is Mother not yet at peace? I am definitely not at peace. I'm sorry, Mother.
Today, 30 years after the death of Mzwandile Michels and Papi Spochter, we have learned a lot.
I agree with Mama Petros. I don't think I will forgive them because there's no one because there is no one who come forward and say we are sorry for what we did.
I agree with Mama Petros. Papi and Zed were not killed by mistake. Papi was beaten to death. This makes me angry because the killers did not say sorry about what they did.
I think that forgiveness is the way forward and a grudge is the way back. Because if you hold a grudge, you will be there forever. Like, you'll expect, when you do something wrong, you'll expect that person to forgive you. But now how can you expect somebody to forgive you when you can't forgive? You see, it's a vice versa thing. You see, you have to forgive, that you can also be forgiven. So guys, I suggest let's forgive them for what they did, even though they're not sorry. But let's forgive. Maybe if we forgive them, they will admit what they did wrong and they will admit they're sorry.
Papi, Z. Michels and Papi's Pochter have died for us. We didn't know what's gonna happen if they were here in state level. Maybe some things will be changed, you see, because they can fight in apartheid, so we got now freedom. They will make big difference, you can say.
You just said they made a big difference.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful of that. You see, now we have this school. This school was for whites only, but now it's for blacks, whites, and coloreds. And I'm very grateful of that. Even though the education here is very poor, but I'm grateful for that.
And I can see the country is now peaceful. At that time, Nigerians, they were killed if they were in South Africa.
Yes.
That time. So everything now is peaceful.
I think we have a great opportunity to live and to express our future.
Yes.
And we could find a way forward. That's what I think. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this school today.
Yes, I think so.
We're grateful for that.
Now we are grateful.
Yeah.
We hope God.
Nkosi sikelele.